Zaka Pasta, Hall, Coyle, Frederick, Felino, Nosek, Hathaway. On defense, Orlov, McAvoy, Lindholm, Carlo, Forbert, Clifton. Clifton's back in on his birthday. And Omar's going to start. Yep. Durant signed a lifetime contract with Nike. Like, yeah, lifetime. I know. Oh, just a lifetime contract. I'm assuming that means probably gonna keep it the same amount. afternoon and welcome to Hills Stadium on the campus of Thorne Academy. I'm Zach Turenko alongside Troy Bolduck and Josh Pulser here on TATV, bringing you our first spring sports broadcast of this 2023 season. We are very excited to be here. It's been a couple of weeks that a lot of teams have played a couple of games. We're finally getting into one, and it is boys lacrosse as TA takes on the visiting team, the Portland Bulldogs. It's going to be an exciting one. Thorne Academy comes in 1-3, 0-3 at home, and one win on the road. But that 1-3 record really doesn't show you how good this team is. They've played three of the toughest opponents in Class A in their first 4 games of the season. That was Cape Elizabeth, South Portland, and Falmouth. Those are 3 tough losses, but still show some nice moments in those games. Portland coming in at 2-1. They'll start the season with a loss to Deering, 8-7, and they have won the last 2 games versus Mount Blue, 8-6, and Coney, 16-3. As we see these starting lineups here for both teams. But Troy, as I said before, 1-3, a tough record to start the season. A couple of losses. South Portland, they lost 5-4. Falmouth then 12-8, and Cape Elizabeth on Wednesday 7-4. Last year they had some really key players like Alex St. John and Cole Mishu. This year they have a couple of impact players like Jacob Marcotte and Noah Verano. In a game like this, after losing 3 straight, what do you have to do to kind of swing some momentum and get a win?
Well, they have to identify the fact that they're a better team than what their record says. So just getting shots on that and taking advantage of the opportunities that are presented to themselves, that's all they can really do.
Definitely need to start quickly. They had a 4-0 lead over Falmouth in that game, lost it quickly, and ended up losing by 4. It's a disappointing defensive performance for Thorne Academy. But to add to the fact that the start of the season really hasn't been the full TA team, is they were missing a few players. Kyle Lasser and Hayden Whitney missed a few players for the Trojans. Those were key defensive players. And now we'll have the national anthem here at Hill Stadium. Set to get going here from Hill Stadium. Want to thank our sponsors here for the spring sports season. Want to thank Saco and Biddeford Savings, Paquin and Carroll Insurance, and the Webb Family Law Firm who hosts our pregame and postgame show. Also want to let you know that a new episode of Trojan Talk is up on Spotify and YouTube and any other places you find your favorite podcasts. Myself, Josh, and Cole Purvis, who is currently, I believe, at a tennis match right now, talked a lot about the NFL and a lot of other things as well. It was a great episode and a longer one than usual, so go check that out. Episode 45 of Trojan Talk.
Always enjoy listening to Trojan Talk.
Yes, we'll have to get you on sometime soon, Troy.
Absolutely.
Maybe for episode 50 when we'll have a big special one.
Yeah.
And we'll have a big segment with you.
Absolutely.
Well, team's getting set to go. Talked about last season, Thorne Academy having a strong face-off taker in Cole Mishu. He graduated. He's now at Maine Maritime Academy playing lacrosse up there. The guy that took over for him, his name is Cody Southwick, and he has been fantastic this season on face-offs with a 62.5%. That number may not look or sound great to some people who may not know lacrosse as well, but 62.5% on face-off wins is very, very good. And he's been a crucial part of this Trojans team. That first win over Wyndham was 18-10, and this shows you that Thornton has the ability to score. And they have the scorers to do it. Jacob Marcotte, 15 points this year, 6 goals and 9 assists. In 3 games, he has 3 or more points, and he has a point in every game this season. And Noah Verano with 10 goals, 1 assist, and 11 points. And those 10 goals lead the team. He had 6 in the win over Wyndham. And he has a blistering 33.3 shot percentage. So pretty much 1 out of every 3 shots from Noah Verano goes in the net, which is a wild statistic. And in goal, Jacob Parento, 65.31 save percentage, 14 saves in 2 games this season. A little bit of trouble here. Looks like one of the Thornton coaches is talking to...
Looks like they're going to switch sides.
Confused on why that's happening. Thornton seems to be a little bit not happy with that, but at the end of the day, I mean, your eyes are going to be in the sun in this quarter or the next quarter, so
right.
I guess it's just the first quarter. And here we go from Hill Stadium. Cody Southwick at the face-off, the Trojan head. First spring sports broadcast here in 2023. It's a good face-off as Southwick's able to tap it back and picks it up, and here goes Thornton on their first offensive attack of the day. Southwick quickly up the field. Stopped, good defense from Portland. You'll see on defense, Portland playing sort of a ring shape, very common in lacrosse. Ball comes over to Raymond. He swings it back to the top to Jack DeLeo. Jack DeLeo, a sophomore, the younger brother of Nick DeLeo, who's a star here for Thornton Academy. Jack DeLeo's shot. It's over the net.
Though that one didn't go in the net, that was a nice move there and a nice strong take early.
Jack DeLeo took the chance. Now here's Noah Verano. His shot wide again, and Thornton will stay with possession. Ethan LeBlanc now from behind the net. Raymond back to Jack DeLeo. His shot again over the bar. But Thornton Academy taking a couple of quick chances and trying to get on the board. The ball's on the ground, but Raymond's able to pick it up. Back over to DeLeo. He swings it around. There's Heath McLean. Good move by Cam Raymond, but a great stick check there. That came from Ben Med.
I like the idea of what he was trying to do there, but good defense by Portland.
Mike Lacrosse. His pass was too far out of reach for Brady Tower. Tower had 5 goals in the recent win over Coney for the Portland Bulldogs. For Portland, really their toughest opponent of the year so far, so it'll be a test to see how they can stop TA's offense. There's a cross-check in the back of Heath McLean. And seems to be okay. We'll have the first penalty of the day. As to the box goes Mike Lacroix, a senior defenseman. And TA will have a man advantage. And it is 1 minute. Good opportunity for Thornton Academy to get on the board.
Yeah, they got to take advantage of this.
Ball will start on the far side with Jacob Marcotte. Marcotte, a junior. DeLeo, a sophomore. Verano is a junior as well, so still a pretty young set of guys here on offense. Last year, Ronan Flynn was a big part of that. That's a great pass inside from Ethan LeBlanc to Jacob Marcotte, and he gets Trojans on the board first.
Great ball movement allowed for that to happen. I mean, all around the horn, pass right inside of the cutting man, and a bounce score in. It's a great play.
It definitely was a great start for the Trojans. Marcotte with his 7th of the year. You know, at least 1 assist came from LeBlanc. start they wanted. Cody Southwick now. Face off against Owen Anderson. Southwick, another win. Goes to pick it up, and first to it is Hunter Boudreau. Fighting for it on the ground. No one seemed to get it, and finally poked back over to Bo Preston, and Preston steps back near the 27-yard line. And now Trojans will set up again. Marcotte back out to Verano. And now over to Jackson Parody. Parody swings back. Quick movement from Parody. But then Verano slows it down, and now over to Graydon Hersey. Trojans taking their time, but love to change the pace up. Just run inside quickly. Now Bo Preston. He's checked away from the inside. Good pass inside to Parody. Couldn't control it. Gets his own rebound there off the potential chance. And now Marcotte will just turn around, and he'll wait as some of the Trojans players look to shift. Here's Marcotte now with some speed. Now goes behind the net. LeBlanc to Preston. Preston swinging back. Good turn by Verano. Couldn't get a shot off. Good defense there from Isaac Muse. Now inside, good pass, and LeBlanc, and a good save there. It's on the ground and picked up by Clyde Spencer, the senior keeper.
A lot of time of possession on that one. They wanted to make sure they got the right shot. They were able to get a shot in, but just couldn't quite finish that one. It almost looked like it was going to roll in at the end there, but not quite.
Great initial save there from Spencer, but couldn't keep control of it. Now behind the net, here's Brady Tower. First real offensive chance for Portland. Here's Tower, good move, gets inside, and he puts it over the top. He got checked as he got that shot off by Lasser, and had help from number 41, that's Graydon Hersey. Now back out up top. Jack Watson. Watson to Ben Littell. Littell has a height advantage there, but great defense to force him out by Parody and Hersey. Graydon Hersey, a freshman, and the son of the head coach Ryan Hersey, getting some minutes this year. Sorry, that is Coach Mike Hersey, not Ryan Hersey. Here's Louis Thurston. Leads the team in goals this year. His pass was too far, but an easy pickup for Jack Watson, and Portland's offensive possession continues. Now back over to Littell. Jack Watson, now Littell. Littell trying to run in on Parody. He gets around him, but is forced out. Great job by Parody. And then a huge hit coming in from Hayden Whitney. And another hit as well. That ball goes out of bounds.
That's two players in a row.
It was Adam Donovan. Long pass from Parento. Finds his way to Bo Preston. Great spin move by Preston. And now Preston charges in. He slows down and cuts back. And now Jacob Marcotte. Swing behind to LeBlanc. LeBlanc was playing more of a midfield position last year as he swings inside, was looking for Marcotte. Couldn't get it there. And now Preston behind the net. But now today, LeBlanc is playing behind the net. And you see Marcotte, who's usually plays behind, right up there. That shot from Raymond is by the right post. A good chance for Thornton Academy, and they're first to it behind, so the offensive possession stays alive with Verano. And now over to Marcotte. Good pass inside to LeBlanc, but bobbled it a little bit. Now it's on the ground looking to pick it up. Good save there from LeBlanc. Good move by Raymond, and he finishes it off. And a flag after the play. Raymond evaded a check, was able to flick it in, and TA's lead is doubled. It's now 2-0 Trojans.
That was a great take. He took great advantage on that play. I mean, he just spun right off that guy and took a nice strong shot. When the defense kind of pushed forward, so he's able to get by them and take advantage of that and score.
A great move on offense. Trojans lead is getting larger and larger. 5:25 to go in the first quarter. 4 quarters of lacrosse action here at Hill Stadium. And Raymond came off and looked a little bit winded. There was a flag after the play, so he did get hit pretty hard. So TA gets 2 big plays. A nice pass inside and another easy goal. Quickly on the man advantage. Verano to LeBlanc, and TA's lead is now 3.
Yeah, they wasted no time getting another one there. Great transition ball.
Portland again caught watching the Trojans. That's 3-0 quickly, and we'll see a timeout there for the Portland Bulldogs. We'll keep it here for the time being. If you're just joining us, Thornton Academy quickly out to a 3-0 lead over the Portland Bulldogs. I'm Zach Jurenko alongside Troy Bolduc on color commentary and Josh Pulsifer on tech and camera. Doing it all. A little bit of a short crew today. As we said earlier, one of our TATV members, Cole Purvis, is currently playing in a tennis match here at Thornton Academy. Cole does it all. He does broadcasting, he does tennis, he does golf, and he did track this year as well.
And he's not only does he do tennis, but he's the captain of the team
There
as
you
well.
go.
One of the captains.
One of the captains.
Shout out to Cole Purvis.
He'll be back with us for our later broadcast in the spring season. You look at this roster for Thornton Academy, you see a lot of players heading to play lacrosse at the college level. Cam Raymond just committed to St. Joe's. Hayden Whitney heading down to Limestone next year. Noah Verano is committed to college as well as a junior. Off the top of my head, I can't remember what college he's going to. I'll do my investigative research, see if I can find it.
Cody Southwaite's going to look to win this one again. He's had pretty good success so far today.
Louis Thurston taking the face-off against Southwick. Another win for Southwick, all 3 today.
Assistant number 9, Noah Verano. Time of the goal, 6 minutes 46 seconds of the first period. LeBlanc the goal, Verano the assist at 6:46.
Verano heading to St. Michael's after his senior year. Ball comes over to Cam Raymond. The face-off wins from Cody Southwick have been crucial to allow TA to get possession on offense.
Yeah, most of this game has seen TA playing offense, and that's largely due to Cody Southwick's success on the face-offs.
Great stick check there from Verano, and he picks it up now. He's got some speed. Verano slows down. And Verano, Brady Tor came in and hit Verano, but Tor fell down. There's a late check there from Tor, and the flag is thrown for his hit on LeBlanc. And we'll keep playing until Portland touches the ball. Here's a move and turn from Drew Maxey. Raymond. Now back to LeBlanc, and LeBlanc will slow it down. No need to force anything. 3:47 to go, and the man advantage coming up. LeBlanc trying to hand it off. Verano couldn't hold it, and finally picked up by Jack Watson. And now they'll call the penalty. Again on Brady Tor, late hit on LeBlanc. Gotta say, Troy, sometimes when I watch lacrosse and I see some of the ways these guys, slash each other or smack each other with sticks, I feel like I can feel the pain from up
Oh,
here. Just
absolutely.
watching it, it's so hard to see. And these guys are wearing, I think they're wearing like elbow pads, but nothing on their legs. Just
Yeah,
just a
nothing on the
pair,
legs.
just a pair of shorts and some socks and cleats.
Yeah, any hit to the legs, you definitely feel that for sure.
Thorn Academy branding their gold helmets. Here's LeBlanc stepping into the center. It tricked me out. I thought LeBlanc had it. And he grabs a rebound in front and he scores the second goal.
That was a nice dunk shot. I like those alley-oop ones where they pass it from behind the net and just dunks it right in.
Not sure if he called that a trick play, but I lost the side of the ball from up here. LeBlanc gets his second of the game. And it's 4-0 Trojans with 3:24 to go in the first. And now you'll probably start to see some of the younger players, some of the subs start to get some minutes here. As TA has a comfortable lead in the first quarter. Southwick, 4 face-off wins. He took a big hit there after he won it, and Hunter Boudreau was able to get to it. Now trying to pick it up. Plus Mike Lacrosse. Now with it is Hunter Boudreau. And we'll see a timeout for the Trojans. And we'll take the timeout as well here on TATV. When we come back, the last 3 or so minutes of the first quarter. Stick with us.
Hey, Dan. How's that proposal coming?
Just finished. I am sending it right now.
Okay, good. Oh, no. How are we looking for noon? We got like 2 minutes. Dan.
Run over here.
Is this my room? Wow, Dad! Is this your room?
We're back here on TATV after that short break. TA leads the Bulldogs 4-0 right now. Game has been all in their direction from start to the present. First goal was scored by Jacob Marcotte, then Cam Raymond got one of his own, and Ethan Blank has the last 2. TA currently has possession on the far side of the field. And it's Jack DeLeo. Back to Landon LeBrec. I was talking to a few of the players today. I was asking about Landon LeBrec. I saw him play in a preseason game against St. Thomas Prep School in New Hampshire. They said Landon LeBrec has one of the hardest shots on the team. LeBrec himself is only a junior. Here's DeLeo now. DeLeo with speed. And now go around the outside and step inside. He has a big chance. The side shot. And one of the Portland players took that ball like in the chest.
Looked like an opening kind of opened up from the defense there, but couldn't quite take advantage of it.
Miscommunication. Lost sight of DeLeo, and just for that half second, and he took off. Now, a big hit. That one came in on Tyler Lydon. We got a stoppage of play now. Leiden looks to be okay. Shaking his hand, but these guys know how to deal with the pain of getting hit. Lacrosse, one of the more aggressive sports. Here's Jacob Marcotte near the 40-yard line. He swings it into the center to Heath McLean. McLean over to Cam Raymond. Raymond back out up top. Almost lost there from Leiden, but he's able to pick it up as Portland is trying to keep TA around the outskirts. As all their goals have come from really close inside. You said earlier, the last one from Ethan LeBlanc was more of a dunk shot, and there's a great pass from the man himself, Ethan LeBlanc to Cam Raymond. It's goal number 5 in the first quarter.
If I'm not mistaken, that's the 3rd or 4th goal that they've gotten from a pass from behind the net right into the middle.
Yes.
Seems to be working pretty well. If they want to keep, getting these goals, they better go back to that.
LeBlanc already has 4 points, 2 goals, and 2 assists. That's 5-0 Trojans. Coach Hersey can't be frustrated with this start. This has just been exactly what they wanted. Offense has been great, and really Portland's only offensive possession. TA was able to force them away, and Portland hasn't gotten a shot on net yet. This one picked up by Jonah Bryant, but taken away, and now here comes Raymond. Slows down. Trying to send it inside to Raymond. Raymond shoots, and that one's a save from Clyde Spencer. Be out of
Even on
bounds.
the possession that Cody Southwick didn't quite fully come down with it, TA still ends up with the ball on offense.
With it now is Floran, and he switched it over to Parody. Now inside to Varano, and an easy walk in. The defense lost sight of TA's top goal scorer, and it's 6-0 Trojans. Pretty much just running through the Bulldogs now.
Yet again, a pass inside. That time a nice adjustment from Varano to catch that one and dunk that one in.
Varano's 11th goal of the year. Is a couple of assists as well today. Southwick will face off against Jonah Byrant for the face-off. And Byron is able to pick that one up. Good defense now from Graydon Hersey. Graydon Hersey misses the check, but he's able to tap the stick late. And now Hayden Whitney. An easy pickup for Whitney. And now he sprints up the field. Long pass found its way to Heath McLean. McLean now over to Cody Southwick. Here's Southwick turning back. And will hand it off to DeLeo. Southwick goes off. Usually Southwick isn't on for that long. He takes the face off, and then once he can sub, he subs out.
He plays a good old Fogo. Face off, get off.
It's a good saying. I'll have to use that more often. And that'll do it for the first quarter. So Thorne Academy, 6 big goals. They're all over the Portland Bulldogs. We'll take a break on TATV and be back for the next quarter of action.
I chose to attend TAMS because it was a change of scenery. It was a much smaller school.
Because of the amazing teachers.
How small it is and the community about it and how everybody knows each other.
You can know all the kids here, so it makes it much more easier to make friends.
They just get you ready for high school.
TAMS is special.
TAMS is amazing.
TAMS is fabulous.
TAMS is fun.
TAMS feels like a family.
Hey, Dan. How's that proposal coming?
Just finished. I am sending it right now.
Okay, good. Oh, no. How are we looking for noon? We got like 2 minutes. Dan,
Back here on TATV, I'm Zach Tarenko here with Troy Bolduck and Josh Pulsifer. First quarter, can't put it anything less than a success for the Trojans, 6-0 right now. 2 goals from Cam Raymond, 2 goals from Ethan LeBlanc, and 1 apiece for Noah Verano and Jacob Marcotte. I also want to mention that for most of that first quarter, I was saying Verano incorrectly. I don't know what it is about that name. It was same last year with his older sister, Grace Verano. I would always say Verano. It's just the first thing that came out came to my brain. As Southwick is back out there with Jonah Bryant. And Southwick picks it up with ease. Good turn. Pressure here from Portland as he crosses midfield. But Southwick makes it look easy. There's a flag. And they're going to call another penalty. That's a good pass inside. And Verano was jumping up and put it over Clyde Spencer. It's now 7-0.
They wasted no time getting right to business to start off this second quarter.
Great shot there from Verano. Just a great start from Cody Southwick again. He gets all of that offensive action going by winning the face-off and crossing the Trojan head at midfield quickly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Catching Portland off guard.
Plays a large role in their offensive opportunities.
Thornton Academy goals converted 9.
This off is won by Southwick. And now here's Parody. Parody, yeah, going in quickly. And a quick handoff to Verano behind the net. Verano couldn't find an option quickly, but that's okay. Marcotte now is back in the far corner. Excuse me, the close corner of the field. Skips Parody back out to DeLeo. Now DeLeo with some speed. Good move. DeLeo inside on the ground shot. Went over the net. And first to it is LeBlanc. DeLeo with some quick speed. They quickly get it out to Verano. His shot way over the top. Trying to get some shots off quickly. And
yeah, he didn't want to give the defense any time to settle on that one.
Here's LeBlanc. LeBlanc inside. Parody. Can't get the shot off, and it's stolen away and picked up by Angel Olarena. Back out, here's DeLeo. Now Marcotte. DeLeo thinking about a long shot. Cutting back, gives it to Marcotte, then to DeLeo. DeLeo faked the long shot. Now Verano and the underhand under Clyde Spencer. That is his third of the game. Another hat trick for Noah Verano.
Early too. That one was really impressive. Nice spin move right under him, like you said. That was a good shot. Good play.
It is now 8-0 Trojans, and they are running away with it. Coach Hersey continues to keep most of his starters out there. I think it's a smart idea, at least until halftime, just to keep your guys in motion and active. Southwick puts it through his legs. And there's a pickup for Littell. Here's Littell now.
Of the second period, that is
as Portland changes a few times here on offense. Back out to Harry Rubin. Here's Harry Rubin. Back to the far corner, Louis Thurston. Now behind, Tower. Tower back out to Littell and now swings it across. for Rubin. Well, taking their time here on offense. Going to get their first one of the day. Toer lost control of it. And now, here's Bo Preston. Preston checked by Rubin. Preston still has it. And now he'll slow down and they'll start their offensive attack. Here's Hunter Boudreau. Boudreau.
He kind of got sandwiched to the ground there.
Good pressure there from Verano, but first to it. And here's Harry Rubin. Yes, it's the best way to put it, Troy. Is he just tried to get through two guys. They're able to squeeze the ball out. Boudreau with pressure on Littell. Littell still has it. Steps inside. Littell shoots off the ground. Taranto may have gotten a piece of it. And the Trojans net will go behind. And first to it was Toer. So Portland keeps possession. Good defense from Donovan. Toer back out. Littell shoots and he scores. Bottom corner. And the Bulldogs get on the board. It's still 8-1. Thorn Academy with a nice lead. But if Portland wants to start any type of comeback, it starts with a goal like that.
Absolutely. They're going to need more where that came from for sure.
The goal came from the senior midfielder, Ben Littell. Down to 8:48 to go in the second quarter. Violation there on Portland, so quick start for Southwick here. Don't need to win that face-off, and Southwick comes off. DeLeo's on and back on is Bo Preston.
12 seconds of the second period. Littell, the goal, Toer.
Verano now behind.
3:12.
Working around the Portland defenders. They'll get it back to Preston. Preston slows down now. Portland giving them all the time and all the room they need. Verano and McLean couldn't keep that in the pocket of his stick. But Ethan LeBlanc bailed him out and was able to go pick that ball up before it rolled out of bounds. LeBlanc hands it off. TA continuing what they've done all games so far. Just move the ball, look for the open space with the open player. Now Verano inside, all by himself, and a good save there from Clyde Spencer. Again, the Portland defense going to leave Spencer all by himself in the midfield, and now another save off the stick from Spencer. Another great cut inside from one of the Trojans midfielders. And here comes Portland. DeLeo trying to stop Mike Lacroix. Here's Thurston. Thurston defended by Whitney, and Whitney's able to get a stick in there. Great work with the stick from Whitney, and a huge check from Kyle Lasser. Great defense there. Lasser came in to help. Portland keeps possession though. Here's Harry Rubin. McLean is tracking down Rubin. You see Thorn Academy's closing in on defense. You know, you see Portland's giving them a lot of space when they're on defense, but the Trojans are playing this like it would be any other opponent. No matter what the score is, the ball is on the ground, finally picked up behind midfield. But now it's on the ground again. LeBlanc got it to Marcotte. Marcotte hands it off, and the rebound, the pass to Heath McLean is a goal. His first of the game in the 9th for the Trojans. It's 9-1.
Another example of them taking good advantage of that transition ball there. Defense hadn't quite settled, hadn't quite transitioned from defense or to defense. They took advantage of that goal.
Southwick for another face-off against Bryant.
Thornton Academy goal scored by number 25, Heath McLean. Assist to number
On the
2,
ground,
Jacob
looking to pick it up is Southwick, and then here's Whitney getting through 3 guys. Here's Whitney now, still on his feet. Whitney to the center, great pass, inside, Marcotte, and just wide. Great work though from Whitney coming all the way from the defense and up to find Marcotte on the pass. Here's Marcotte. Now out to Tyler Lydon. Good pass inside. Landon the brick. That one had some heat
velocity,
on it.
yeah.
Not sure if that was a save by Spencer, if it went off the post. Here's Raymond. On the far side, Ethan the blank. Gonna get to double digits now for just the second time this season. Again, their totals in the games: 18, 4, 4, and 8. Lydon turning. Good move, and the blank over the top of Spencer. There's a hat trick now for Ethan the blank. That is the blank's 7th of the season.
That was an exceptional fake there. Faked him out, right by him. Easy, easy, easy shot.
Great pass from Tyler Lydon, the junior. The Trojans now continuing to run away with this game. It's 10-1, 5:21 to go in the second quarter. Want to again remind you that our newest episode of Trojan Talk is out, episode 45. Myself, Josh Pulsifer, and Cole Purvis talked a lot about the NHL and the NBA playoffs, as well as a little bit of NFL, and some other topics as well. We talked about the lacrosse teams and the baseball team, and even the softball team. You can find that episode of Trojan Talk on Spotify or any of the podcast platforms, and the video version on YouTube, which I must say has a new graphic feature similar to what you might see on WEEI if you watch WEEI, and that graphic was created by no one other than Josh Pulsifer. So shout out to Josh for that cool kind of graphic, that is the look of our cameras on YouTube. We'll be continuing Trojan Talk for the rest of the year and after the year as well. Trying to get back to the weekly mode, but just a lot going on here in the late part of the year at Thornton Academy. AP tests are coming up for a lot of students. Verano, the shot is on the ground and just wide. And lots of senior activities at the end of the year as well. So doing our best to get as many broadcasts and episodes of Trojan Talk out as we can. So stay tuned, as we will have much more of those in the month of May and June. That pass, look at a parody, was too far. It's an easy pickup for Bo Preston near the 40-yard line. Preston now. Gets it over to DeLeo. The one thing I love about a game like this is both teams are wearing jerseys with very legible numbers. When you're sitting this far up in the press box, sometimes teams will have really small numbers or numbers where the colors don't match, but Portland and TA both have very vibrant numbers on their jerseys, so easy to see them from up here. This ball's still on the ground, and finally, I thought Portland got to it. Here's Verano near midfield. Still on the ground. Now it's up in the air, and Verano picks it up. He's now got some speed. He's heading towards inside. He's spinning around. He's looking for a shot. Now he's got his teammates with him. He dropped that one, and he picks it back up and gets it over to LeBlanc. So after all that, TA continues their offensive possession over to Marcotte. Steps inside, and that side underhand type shot is over the bar. Verano was first to it. Give it off to Preston. Now DeLeo, good move by DeLeo, gives it off to Marcotte. On the ground, a save by Spencer. And coming out with it is Lacrosse.
That one looked like that could have been a goal. If he had gone top left corner, that one looked like it could have gone in.
Patel can't control it. LeBlanc is there, putting pressure on. LeBlanc, Hits Littell a little too hard. And as Florent picks that up, LeBlanc will go to the penalty box for I believe will be a 1-minute penalty. So here's a chance for Portland to get another possible goal on the board. 2:41 to go in the second quarter. I also want to mention to anyone out there that may be interested in watching the senior festivities or senior activities or events late in the year. Those will be broadcasted on TATV yet again. Graduation will be broadcasted. I believe baccalaureate will be broadcasted. Some of the other ones as well. Can't think of off the top of my head. So if you can't make it to those events or not enough, tickets or whatnot for some extended family, you can always watch on TATV. And we'll have more information of when those dates are and what the times are when they get closer. Because again, we still have just about a month until the end of the school year. Here's Lasser taking it out now for the Trojans. He finds that long pass forward to LeBlanc. Now an offensive rush chance. Leiden has it. Leiden getting inside. He's checked on that chance. It's a good setup, but just couldn't finish it off. Leiden can't pick it up on the ground. And now Verano. Verano now looks over. And an easy goal there for Bo Preston. That was a layup of a shot. Wide open Portland's defense again. Caught falling behind, and TA with some great pressure. It's now 11-1.
Yeah, Portland's defense was a little too crowded when that ball was on the ground around the 40-yard line, and Noah was able to pick that ball up, make the easy pass inside for a very easy goal.
Bryant and Cody Southwick at the face-off. Southwick, another win. His face-off win percentage will be going up after this game. He's done a great job today.
9, Noah Verano. Time of the goal, 10 minutes, 14 seconds of the second period. That's Preston from Verano.
LeBlanc slows down. Under 90 seconds to go in the first half. That's a good pass inside to Southwick. Couldn't control it. Verano able to keep it in bounds. There's Verano now looking to get some speed inside. Gets the pass to Raymond. And yet another goal for the Trojans. The cutting player inside and the pass from the guy sitting around the 15-yard line. We've seen that 6 or 7 times today, and TA continues to score on these goals. Raymond with a hat trick. 3 players with hat tricks. And Verano yet another assist. It is now 12-1, and we're still in the first half. TA's highest goal total on the year is 18. If they continue to play like this, they will more than surpass that. Violation there on Portland. So Southwick, taking the face off that time was number 41. That was Graydon Hersey. Good save there from Spencer. Now Littell. Littell forward to Jack Watson. Watson being tracked back by Florent and Whitney. Whitney's able to get it out there. And a collision from Whitney and Donovan, but the ball went forward either way.
A little bit of friendly fire there.
And both of them are okay, which is good. And now the Trojans have offensive possession. We're down to under 30 seconds. So you're going to hold for the last shot. But again, you never know if your running is going to work, so you can't wait until the last second like you could in basketball. DeLeo, you see right there, couldn't get in. So you have to try to figure out what's going to work, and that underhand shot bounces wide. TA's first to it. clock starts. LeBlanc. Here's Marcotte. Good turn by Marcotte. Over the top of the net. And Marcotte got into the crease. And Portland will swing it across, and then I'll do it for the first half. So the Trojans, a dominant 12-1 first half performance, thanks to the guys like Cam Raymond, Ethan LeBlanc, and Noah Barano. We'll take a break here on TATV. We'll be back for some quick halftime thoughts and the last half of lacrosse action.
Hey, Dan, how's that proposal coming?
Just finished. I am sending it right now.
Okay, good. Oh, no. How are we looking for noon? We got like 2 minutes. Dan.
Run over here.
Is this my room? Wow, Dad! Is this your room?
I chose to attend TAMS because it was a change of scenery. It was a much smaller school.
Because of the amazing teachers.
How small it is and the community about it and how everybody knows each other.
You can know all the kids here, so it makes it much more easier to make friends.
They just get you ready for high school.
TAMS is special.
TAMS is amazing.
TAMS is fabulous.
TAMS is fun.
TAMS feels like a family.
here on TATV as the face-off is about to get going. We lost a little bit of track of time there. We were talking about some of our food preferences off air. So we're getting back into spring. It's nice outside. You can go eat on picnic tables and wherever you might need to go. As there's tough battle here. TA now going right to left on your screen and Portland going left to right. So a switcheroo for either team.
It's an interesting little pass there. I don't know if you saw that, but he just kind of flicked it over his head without really looking.
TA back to their starters. Their full set of starters here. As here's Cam Raymond. Raymond lost control of it, and he's able to pick it up. Portland now increasing the defense a little bit. Trying to put some pressure on the Trojans. They lead by 11. We look back at the first half. The first quarter, after the first, was 6 goals, a 6-0 lead. A couple of great goals there from LeBlanc that really helped them get up to a good lead. In the second, there were 6 more goals. Currently, Verano has 3, LeBlanc has 3, Raymond has 3, and Bo Preston, Heath McLean, and Jacob Marcotte each have 1 as well. LeBlanc is pushed all the way back, but gets it forward now to McLean. McLean is looking forward. Looking for a pass, but he'll slow down and stop. And hand it off to LeBlanc. Now you see LeBlanc has switched with Marcotte. Talked about that in the first quarter. So LeBlanc was playing behind the net. Now you see Marcotte in his usual environment. LeBlanc hands it off to Marcotte. Great pass. Great vision, and goal number 13 for the Trojans. That's Marcotte's second.
Zach had a little bit of sixth sense action there. He had a little feeling that something was going to happen. He was like, Jake's behind the net, gets the ball and puts it in.
Coach Hersey practices those plays over and over and over again. So it gets to the point where the players just, they see somebody setting up, they know where to move, when to move, how to move, and where to get the ball. You see today they really haven't missed any big shots. A couple of saves from Spencer in the second quarter. Southwick, another great win, and now he takes off. Southwick going right in, all the way, and a great save there from Spencer.
Would have loved to see him put that one in.
Verano fighting with Spencer for it.
138.
Spencer did not like the hit he got from Verano, but he has it now in front of his net. Now his defenseman, that's Isaac Muse. Muse lost control of it, thought he still had it. And now, well, looks like there's out of bounds on the Trojans. So with it is Harry Rubin. Rubin now, so you can see a couple of subs. And a penalty as well, it looks like. Marcotte is in the penalty box. Not sure when the penalty the flag came out. It's usually easy to spot as the refs throw it high in the air. So Portland will start in TA zone. That's Harry Rubin now. Here's Rubin. Now Brady Torr. Defended by Lasser. Now Whitney comes over. They're letting Torr stay out up top with it. Good defense. Now Littell. Whitney's in front of him. Now back to Bryant. Behind the net. This is Luis Thurston. And TA takes it away. And goes Lasser. On the ground. Lacrosse. Thought he had it. Leiden falls down. Good pickup there by Harry Rubin. Ruben to Tower. Tower trying to turn. Good defense from Donovan. Tower another turn. Hands it off behind to Brian. Brian now to Thurston. Intensity picked up a little bit here in the third quarter, as well as the speed of the play. Littell trying to keep it in bounds, but it will go out. And TA will take over. Tyler Lydon. There's 7.5 to go in the third quarter. Just joining us, I'm Zach Duranko here, alongside Troy Bolduck and Josh Pulsfer on TATV. For TA boys lacrosse action against the Portland Bulldogs, and TA right now with a dominant 12-1 lead. They're on offense as well. DeLeo slipped up a little bit there, but keeps his run going. Good turn. Now DeLeo heading in, but he stops, cuts back, and gives it off to Tyler Lydon. Lydon now swings it across. Marcotte inside to Raymond. Raymond stops on Littell. Littell was able to put some pressure on, and Raymond lost control of it on the ground. No one can find it. Still fighting for it. Littell, and he pushes it forward with his knee and picks it up. And there's a violation. So he drops it. And we'll see a few subs. Littell checks off. On for the first time in the game is Lucas Hubbard, number 3. Hubbard, a senior. Also one of the senior captains on the state championship winning boys hockey team. A lot of hockey players from TA are also lacrosse players. It's very common. It's similar sports, similar styles of play. Raymond gets it back out to DeLeo. Ball goes over to LeBlanc. LeBlanc shoots on the ground, looking to pick it up. And Spencer is able to grab it in his big goalie stick. Let's look at the TA boys roster.
Oh.
Spencer lost control of it.
That could have been dangerous. Luckily for Portland, there's no TA player behind him.
And now here's Portland with it. Littell back on after being subbed off. Defended there by Hunter Boudreau. And now a violation on Portland. So TA will take over. 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Same before, lots of hockey players on this lacrosse roster, and I'll go down quickly. Jacob Marcotte, Lucas Hubbard, Kyle Lasser. Just scanning with my eyes. Jacob Parento, Jake Florent, Heath McLean, Brady Pecora as well. So lots of hockey players. And also are key players for this lacrosse team.
Cam Raymond looked like he may have been shaken up a little bit there.
Littell's pushed off after that one. Tipped by Lasser. Great work by Lasser. And now here comes the Trojans quickly up the field. This is Preston. Preston, a couple of quick side moves. That shot's off the outside of the net from Verano.
I mean, that's an almost impossible angle. I mean, you're working with inches to get that ball in there.
LeBlanc has it behind the net. Blank and Marcotte are there. And TA starts another offensive possession. Here's Raymond. Back on after taken off after a big getting hit there. Good to see him back. Passes out to DeLeo. Couldn't keep control of it, and it's picked up and taken up by Sam Esposito. Now here goes Portland, but Parody not letting him go anywhere. On the ground. I'll go out of bounds, and it'll be TA possession off Portland again. Decent amount of violations here in this quarter for Portland. Here's LeBlanc. LeBlanc, great crossing pass over to Verano. And Verano gets his 4th of the game, the 14th for the Trojans. And at this point, it is an absolute dominating performance from the Trojans. And we do have running time now. So I'm not sure, it must be 13, because I didn't see that before. It might be 12 goals to create running time. So at this point, you'll see the rest of this game go by pretty quickly. Verano now 14 goals in the season through 5 games.
15 seconds of the third period. That is Verano's 4th goal of the afternoon, the assist to LeBlanc.
Want to thank our intermission sponsor, that is the Top Mobile Ice Cream Cart. There's now a long shot and a save by Parento, but he gave up a big rebound in front of the net. That shot came in from Mike Lacrosse. This one will go out of bounds. Stay with Portland. Couple of defensive sub changes. There was a goalie change for the Trojans. That is number 16, Colin Pennell, who's played a few times this year. That's a couple of saves himself, and now he's in the net.
He's a freshman, and I hear he's pretty skilled. He's not the biggest guy, but he's pretty skilled, so.
Something that Coach Hersey must love is having these young guys that can make an impact. As the referees are just getting back and ready to go here. Clock is still running, so through all of this, the third will end in now under 30 seconds. Here's a chance for Littell. Got to Rubin to Tower. Tower, great defense from Whitney. Tower, and lost it again. Tower has had a tough time today with controlling the ball. Here's Hunter Boudreau. Now 5 seconds. He'll give it back to Pennell, and Pennell will hold. And there is the time. So the third quarter ends. Only 2 goals in this quarter for the Trojans, but continuing to play very good lacrosse. It's 14-1. We'll take a break on TATV. 1 more quarter left to play.
Hey, Dan. How's that proposal coming?
Just finished. I am sending it right now.
Okay, good. Oh, no. How are we looking for noon? We got like 2 minutes. Dan.
I chose to attend TAMS because it was a change of scenery. It was a much smaller school.
Because of the amazing teachers.
How small it is and the community about it and how everybody knows each other.
You can know all the kids here, so it makes it much more easier to make friends.
They just get you ready for high school.
TAMS is special.
TAMS is amazing.
TAMS is fabulous.
TAMS is fun.
TAMS feels like a family.
Back here on TATV, before the action gets going, Troy, I want to ask you really quick, because I think we'll do a little what you might consider a Trojan talk segment here.
Sure.
Last night we had round 1 of the NFL draft. Give me your biggest winner and your biggest loser from the first round.
Okay, I like it. Biggest winner. I mean, maybe I'm biased in saying this, but the New England Patriots.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, come on. Maybe I'm a little biased, but Christian Gonzalez, I mean, that guy was supposed to be a top 10 pick at least, maybe the 7th pick in the draft. I've seen mocks where he was the 7th, 8th pick in the draft. So the Patriots are actually looking to trade up to get Christian Gonzalez. They saw he was available at 14. They traded back to 17, basically got a free 14th, and still got him. I mean, they traded back and got a guy that was slotted 10 picks before they got him. I mean, it's hard to say there's a bigger winner than that.
The biggest loser?
Biggest loser.
I feel like most teams did well.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know if there's really a big loser. I mean, some picks I'm more favorable of than others, but
So we see Josh Pulsfer there whispering Falcons under his breath. He knows I'm a Falcons fan myself. I disagree. B.J. Robinson, huge pickup. Now, I will agree that 8 was a little high for a running back. I know that top 10 for running backs is usually not very common, but I don't think that they were, I'm not going to say that they were the worst. My biggest winner, I think, and this is just like, this had nothing to do with their GMs making a good move or picking a guy that I thought is going to be great. It had so much more to do with just the way it worked out. The Eagles, they just get gifted Jalen Carter. I mean, just absolutely gifted. Probably one of the best defensive players, if not the best defensive player in the draft. He is so great, and they get him at 9. And the Eagles, after making it to the Super Bowl, getting a guy like that.
I mean, Mel Kiper had him slotted as the #1 player in the entire draft. So
yeah, they also, I believe they got an outside linebacker as well.
Nolan Smith out of Georgia, I believe.
30th pick or 31st pick.
Yeah, 30th.
A couple of great picks there. I also think another winner was Seattle. Great pick with Witherspoon at 5, and also getting JSN, Jack Smith.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Jackson Smith and Jigba. I was very surprised by that pick. I mean, they do have DK, and they do have Lockett. I know Lockett's getting up there in age, and DK may not be around forever with contract stuff, but I was surprised by that. But I do like the pick. I think Jackson Smith and Jigba's a stud. Yeah, and Devon Witherspoon as well, too. I mean, I think maybe I'm biased in saying this, too, but Christian Gonzalez, Devon Witherspoon, both. I'm just gonna say this. I'm not gonna say anything biased. They're both elite players.
Yeah, they definitely
in their
are.
respective position.
Jacob Marcotte scored there for his 3rd goal. Another player with a hat trick. That's 4 hat tricks for TA players today. Marcotte, Verano, Raymond, and LeBlanc, and that is now 15-1. Although, I'm trying to figure out here. Penalty, looks like. But I definitely think there weren't many losers. I think one, in my eyes, was Green Bay. They needed some receivers. No longer have Adams. No longer have Alan Lazard, and they picked a defensive end. I think they could have had
they got Luke Van Ness, right?
Yeah, JSN would have been a great pick, and Seattle got him a couple picks later. I think the Detroit Lions taking.
Yeah, that was.
Who's the running back? Is it Ruggs? Is his
I think Gibbs.
Yeah. He great running back, but with already having Swift and having a pretty decent backfield.
Right.
Just don't know if that was a good pick for them.
I was very surprised by that one. Yeah, like you said, they already had a deep backfield, and they took him at 12, I think. So they originally had 6, and I saw a report where they were interested in taking him at 6. So, I mean, that tells you how highly they think of him. So, I mean, I think he's good, but I'm not trying to bash on your Falcons, but a running back in the 1st round seems a little high. I mean, at least Bijan is an absolute stud. That guy is, like, potentially generational talent, but we'll see how it goes.
And quarterback-wise, it was a good draft as well. Not surprised Bryce Young went first to Carolina, then C.J. Stroud to Houston.
Yeah, and then Anthony Richardson
to
Indy. And then Will Levis falls out of the 1st round entirely.
Which is a big surprise at least to him. I think to some people, I think they knew Levis just maybe didn't have that talent, but.
I mean, a couple weeks ago, he was the betting favorite to be the #2 overall pick. So, I mean, I am not super high on Will Levis, but the fact that he was slotted to be potentially the #2 overall pick and then completely falling out of the 1st round entirely, I mean, that's pretty crazy.
Definitely is. Also saw So retaliation hit there after
Yeah.
initial cross check. We'll see if that's going to be a matching penalty. But I think we also saw a pretty interesting trade where Houston traded up to the third pick, and I think, in my eyes at least, it was a very fair trade. I mean, the picks were very fair. Houston gets 2 top 3 picks, and they take C.J. Stroud, and then they take Anderson Jr., who's a great defensive player. They get a couple of you know, what could be franchise-level players on their roster. And they traded with, was it Arizona they traded with?
Arizona.
And Arizona gets more picks, which is something that they need. They just
traded back to 12 and they traded up to 6.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So Arizona needs more picks. They are They're almost at the point of, rebuilding, and so.
And they weren't going to take a quarterback with that pick. They have Kyler, so.
Yes. And no need for the 3rd overall pick. A couple of decent picks as well. One that I think is really underrated and I think is really going to help a team is the Steelers taking Broderick Jones, a great offensive tackle from, I believe it's Georgia. It might be Ohio
Georgia,
State.
Yep.
And
Paris Johnson is from Ohio State.
Yep, got to get those two mixed up. But Jones is going to be great to help Kenny Pickett out. So I think it was a really good draft overall. I don't think a lot of teams missed out. Even if a couple of teams reached or took a player that might be a question mark, I think everyone got their needs met for the first round. So second round, is it 2nd, 3rd, and 4th or tonight? Or is
no, 2nd and 3rd tonight, and then 4 through 7 tomorrow. So.
Yeah. So no longer waiting 10 minutes for each pick. You're getting these picks out within a minute or two, and they're running through them.
Yeah, I always find it funny how, especially the 1st overall pick, it's like, and Carolina specifically, they traded up to get the 1st overall pick. You'd have to think that they had a player in mind. And, every single year, even if they don't trade up, you'd think they know who they were taking by that point. And they take every single minute they can get with the 1st overall pick. And then they finally submit it. But
I will say, though, I did see last night when the Patriots won the clock, they were on the clock. They had their pick in quickly.
Right.
And I think that, as you said, they knew that they had to take Gonzalez as quickly as possible.
Right.
Just because, he fell so far. I saw some stat that there was like a less than 0.1% chance that he was going to end up at 17 or 15 or something like that. And so it's great for Coach Belichick, adding on to what I would agree is a pretty solid secondary. And we'll now see.
I mean, Bill Belichick is one of the best coaches in terms of drafting and developing secondary players in the secondary, whether it be corner or safety. I mean, that guy can consistently find diamonds in the rough, whether it be undrafted players like J.C. Jackson a couple years ago was elite. He was an undrafted free agent that then got paid a bag. I mean, he got injured last year, so he didn't get to play too much for the Chargers, but, I mean, Belichick is elite at finding these corners. So if he likes a corner like Christian Gonzalez, I mean, I think they could be a lethal duo, Bill and Gonzalez. So I have high expectations and high hopes for that pick.
Defense there from Graydon Hersey. Now a chance. That one's going to go behind the net. Drew Maxey now in goal for the Trojans. We're down to under 4 to go in the game. It's 15-1 still. So TA kept their starters in. I think they probably could have gotten to 20. But at this point, there's no need to have those starters in. Give some of the younger guys playing time. Let them learn what the varsity style of play feels like. The coaches also get to see what some of these younger players can do. It'll be an interesting second round, though, for draft tonight, Troy. I'm excited to see what the Falcons do. They're, again, kind of middle of second round. They need defensive end, which there's a couple of good ones in the second round, but they also need a wide receiver. And there's a long shot from Littell, who just came in, and he scores 2nd of the game for Portland, and Littell's 2nd.
Yeah, the Falcons are in an interesting position. I have to ask you, because you're like a Falcons fan.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on Desmond Ridder? Like, how confident are you in his abilities to play quarterback in the NFL?
It's questionable for me. I think late in the season last year when he got some time, he was solid. I think that the GM and coach made a really smart decision getting Heineke. They they want to play Ritter, but they are not certain. So getting a solid backup like Heineke that you know can come in and play solid minutes and be a good quarterback is a great idea. They didn't have to pay him too much, and if Ritter can prove to be a solid QB, it could be a great duo of him and Heineke, and injury-wise, for any reason. And so, I mean, Ritter is still a question mark to me. I think the Falcons are gifted with the easiest division in the entire NFL this year. They're also gifted with probably the easiest schedule of any team this year. They pretty much only play the NFC East and the NFC South, which are two of the worst divisions, and have no real tough opponents. So we'll see how it goes for them. Playoffs is definitely still out of reach, but they're starting to get better. A couple of great free agency moves. Jesse Bates, Bud Dupree, adding Calais Campbell. They added some veterans. They were kind of running out of veterans because they kind of rebuilt really quickly. So they add a couple of big guys. Their secondary is going to be fantastic.
I got to ask you, too, how did you become a Falcons fan?
So this one is
kind of random.
So that shot from LeBret goes way over the net. So a while back, I really wasn't. I hated the Patriots, so I didn't really have a favorite team. I was just.
Is there any reason for that? Or?
I just don't know. I just don't like the Patriots. I don't know how to explain it. I don't like Belichick. I never liked Brady. I just never liked Brady. But for a while, I was strictly. All I did was fantasy football, and I didn't really follow a team. And I follow college sports a lot, and so some of my favorite teams are from Boston, so BU, BC. And if you didn't do not know, Matt Ryan is from BC, and so he's no longer on the Falcons, but I decided to stay with the Falcons. But yeah, so I was really there for Matt Ryan. They had a good team. I mean, they made the Super Bowl, and then we all know what happened.
True.
We all know what happened when they made the Super Bowl. But
something about 28-3,
yeah,
I think.
Yeah, okay, all right, we got it, Troy. Yeah, but yeah, it was fun. I loved Matt Ryan for a long time, and now he's sitting on the bench in Indianapolis. It's a good move by Tower. Gets inside. And I believe he scored. It looked like, yeah, it did go in.
Last second score.
Well, that does it. Time expires. And the game is over. So 15-3 the final score. Thorne Academy gets back in the win column. They're now 2-3. And this is a game that's really going to help their momentum, Troy. I just believe, that after 3 straight losses, it's more about the morale side. They know they're a good team, but they need to see it on paper, and 15 goals definitely proves that. They're going to have some big contests coming up, but a good one here from Hill Stadium. Any last thoughts, Troy?
I mean, basically what you said. This one will help them out a lot in terms of their confidence and moving forward. So building from what they did today and proving to themselves, just as you said, that they're a good team, it'll go a long way.
This quick post-game thoughts were brought to you by the Webb Family Law Firm. We thank them for being a sponsor this year. And that'll do it here from Hill Stadium. The final score one more time. Thorne Academy 15, Portland 3. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you very soon. Have a good evening.